individual, and everybody has something, can bring something to all of us to share about how they built a flourishing business as a diamond. So we're going to hear from each of the diamonds, and it's my total pleasure to introduce our first diamond, Franziska, and she is based in Christchurch. She has a really, she's got an amazing lifestyle. As long as I've known Franziska, I've just been blown away at how much she juggles in her life. She's got a lifestyle block with horses and llamas and children and big organic gardens, and a whole lifestyle going on around that. And I'm a NEA teacher, and she is also, alongside that, she's also moved up through the different levels of NEA teaching to become a black belt NEA teacher, which is really inspirational for me as a NEA teacher coming along behind her. And alongside all of that, and probably in some way made it, even though you've had to weave life force into your life, you've obviously made it central to everything that you do. And out of that has built an amazing, flourishing life force business as well too, on top of everything. So it's like being able to have the capacity to handle all of that and take a business like this to the level of success that she has is outstanding to me. It really is. And I know that Franziska's got a lot to share with you today, so really listen. She has built her business and been successful in a very particular way, which all of us can learn from. So thank you, Franziska. Please come back.
I remember watching Savannah and Lisa speak on the stage. It was that first time, I think you must have been to there, David. We opened in Christchurch in the big town hall, I think it was. And I came along, and I had probably been drinking Body Balance for maybe it was a year or two or something. I came along and I saw these people on the stage, and I went like, wow, that's amazing. I could never do that. That was my total belief, my serious, absolute, complete conviction. There was no way ever that I could do that. And so, yes, as Savannah says, we build our belief. And what Life Force has done for me is it's built my belief in myself. It's made me a different person. It's changed the way I parent, the way I talk to my friends, the way I'm with my man. It changes everything in my life. So that's what I'm very passionate about, is that we grow people. We grow a business, and I have grown a business, but I have grown myself beyond anything. I know now that I can take myself into any situation and be successful in any situation. And that's what I owe my journey in Life Force from. It's a tremendous thing. And those people who stick with us, the way you will grow into yourself is beyond what you will ever believe right now. So yes, I do a lot of things, and I have a lot of passions, and I think partly it's because, like I say, I believe in play, I believe in fun, and I have something innate in me that's been given to me somehow that is curiosity. And I'm super curious. That's why when I turned up this morning, there was this amazing bike thing there. I got wow, can I go for a ride? And I sit in it, and then the guy takes me for a ride. That's just what I do, because in the moment, I'm in curiosity and play. And that is what I do with people. I play with people. When I talk to them, I ask questions because I'm curious. I really want to know it. It just is the way I live my life, out of a place of curiosity. What's going to happen next? Oh my God, who's this? Who's this bike? You know, yesterday I went for a jet ski ride. So I became friends. I don't pay for any of these things, by the way.
Yes.
I do the rides. So all of life to me is a playground for me to have a great ride. And life for us is the same. But where I started was not, I didn't have that. I was just a mom, and I mean, I always had a strength in myself, I knew that. But to be doing a business, you know, that was just not, I didn't think I could ever do that. So what I did, I just would go out and I would fill my cup. Every time somebody would come to town, I would show up. The first thing in anything is just to show up. And that's what you're doing here, is you're showing up. And there's hundreds of people here that are not showing up. And it's the people that show up, they're the ones that get there. Because the first step, even if you don't know why you're showing up, it's showing up, it's just being there. So slowly I just took on all these things, and I learned about all these things, and now I'm at a point where there's no way that my cup could not continuously overflow and invite people to look at what I have to offer and to play with me. Now, my belief was very strong in the product. And so I had a very strong product business. The product changed my life. It gave me my health back, but more than that, it gave me my trust in my health back. I would wake up every morning and think, what is it that I've got wrong with me? What haven't they found yet? Every morning, I would be worried about my health. Body Balance came along. Within a year, that totally changed. Every morning I wake up, I give thanks for being healthy, for being strong, and having that knowing inside, that deep conviction and knowing that I am. And it's never a question any longer. Just like this is never a question any longer that I can do this. But in the beginning, it was a huge question. And I had a huge question, will I be healthy? Am I going to live and see my children grow up? Because I didn't think I would actually at that point. If I kept going downhill like I did, I wouldn't have. So I was very, very strong in the product. That's what I started to offer people. And to me, I totally agree with what Michael has shared. To me, the product is the company. So from that, I always had a strong belief in the company, just because of the product. Very, very strong. Support team never had a problem. Always knew. I mean, I'd seen them on stage. I knew they were. I was like, wow. I was in total awe and admiration of who they were and what they did and created in their lives. Pay plan, well, you know, I was getting money, so nothing else was paying me. So must be good, you know. But then I also, there's something in me that needs to know structures, and so I relate to someone like Lynn who goes like, what is that compensation plan? And I did do all of that, and my mind does comprehend it, and I'm grateful for that, and it helps me out. But more than that now, I live my life from here. I live it from a passion and a joy, and what really has taken me to diamond, which is why I'm standing here talking to you as a diamond, is the Got My 3 that came in. So I had grown my business to silver. I hung around at silver for a very, very long time. I mean, I don't even know how many years, but it might have well been like 6 years or something. It was a really, really long time. Every time I saw Savannah, he'd say, it's time you are gold. I'm, yeah, that's not happening. So, and then we brought the Got My 3 plan in. I was a gold at that point. And then it all happened a lot faster than I'd ever seen my business build. And so I think the Got My 3 plan, and so I'm going to go a little bit into Got My 3, because I know that's one of the questions in this room. So So I spend the second part instead of talking about me, talking about Got My 3. And because the Got My 3 to me is the very best strategy that we ever got. Because it gets those thousands of people down here to share. Those ones there. If we only get the business builders to share, we only have the few up here. What is it? Maybe the 3% of us. Maybe it's 5%. Maybe it's 1% just being successful. I don't know. But what about these? So this is what it did. It got those people to share because they don't want any money. They're not getting money. They don't want a business. They just want to say to people, you know, this is amazing, and share their story and get some free product. Now, in this Got My 3 plan, there is less commission paid out because there's a whole lot of free product shifting, and so it's a different way of building. And what I enjoyed for it, it wasn't so much the money, although there's some really great money strategies in Got My 3. And the first one being is the fast start commissions. The fast start commissions that get paid 4 levels down. First one gets, well, if I introduce somebody, I get 50%. Next one up gets 15%. Next one up gets 10%. Next one up gets 10%. Traditional plan, first one gets 55%, second gets nothing, third gets nothing. Nobody gets anything unless you are a silver or a platinum or whatever, then you get some commissions on that. So what happens oftentimes, people will sign up for Bodyguns, they take it for a month, definitely, that's how they get it, right? They take it sometimes for a second month, sometimes for a third month, and oftentimes that's all they do, right? So Fast Start bonus gets paid out first order. So there's a lot of money in Got My 3 in the beginning, in the introduction, all the time. With Got My 3, you've got to be careful that you always have somebody introduced in the last 3 months. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on those Fast Start bonuses. So very important. So what I do with Got My 3 is I only sign people up in the Got My 3. I never even use a different form. To me, it's a no-brainer. Only ever start up people in Got My 3. Because what? Different of maybe $5 if I was to, sign them up in the original plan. And now I've got to juggle, make sure that I always have somebody signed up in the last 3 months to get my bonuses. Now I've got to teach my team to use 2 different strategies. No, make it simple. First time I would order, only ever Got My 3, nothing else. The Got My 3 system is so beautiful because it gives us the time to dip our toe in the water, go like, oh yeah, how does it feel? Go a little further, how does it feel? And then take the plunge, oh yeah, I want to do this. Or go in there and no, I don't want to swim. I'm coming back out, I'm going to watch it. So what we do is, I don't sign anybody up as a member ever, if I have any say in it. Sometimes I don't, and that's okay. But anybody that signs up with me signs up as a customer only. And they will introduce 6 to 10 customers, and sometimes more, before I will make them a member. And here's why they are happy to do that. Because I say to them, I'm going to give you sample bottles, I'm going to give you tools, I'm going to give you 24-hour support, I'm going to run meetings for you, I'm going to do everything to see if this is for you. I'm going to teach you how to do the wellness assessments, we'll do them together. I'm going to be right there. I'm going to be your total support person. And there's many times people come in with an intention and they might introduce 2 people and then it never goes any further.
Yeah.
Right? So if I made them a member, they would be a last member somewhere. Now, I also understand, when I look at the Got My 3 plan, that the bonuses that are paid, the matching bonuses, are important bonuses. There's a lot of money in matching bonuses. Matching bonuses are only paid on members. And so they are not compressed, they are just whatever member. Now if you have a member that's not doing anything, you are losing out because that's your 20% level. Now your next one might be 15, your next one might be 10, whatever that is. But if you have got 3 ineffective members, you're not making anything on your bonuses. So it's not smart to make people into members when actually they don't want to be. They don't really, they just don't, they thought they would, they thought this is a good idea, but in actual fact it's not really for them. So I really advocate I'd love, David just walked up the room. I'd really love the company to almost have a cap on it, not allow anybody to be a member. It's almost like, why allow somebody to be married when they're 14 and they don't know any better? Why get people to do things that they don't really have any idea around yet? And I do make exceptions. I have sometimes people come in from different network marketing companies, or they show up and they go like, I want the money now. Just the way they're showing up, and I will make an exception. I haven't yet ever seen that be a good idea, even though they show up like that. I get tempted, I sign them up like that, and it still doesn't work, right? So, really the best thing is everybody, never mind if they've had a huge business somewhere else, never mind what they think about themselves, just put them down as a customer and grow them. Because you will have the incentive to grow them, because guess what? You're getting the 50% fast start bonuses. Otherwise that goes to them and you're down to 15. So let yourself be paid, help them, totally support them, be right on their side, see if you can grow them. But if they're not interested, don't give them any more time. By all means, in the beginning, commit the time, and if they're right there with you, keep going. But if they're not, look for somebody else. What I really know is that we are either a people person and a sharer, or we are not. This is very, very challenging to make somebody into a sharer.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Just walk away. I'm sure if you can do a list and you can, tap into there, but it's complex. I don't do a lot of that. It's complex. If you're working further down into it Got My 3, it gets complex. You find that people will make mistakes, orders will get sent out that people don't want. It becomes complex. Be really, especially if you're working 2 positions, be really ready. And the other thing that I don't do anymore is, and I would advise people not to do it, is when you sign up, in Got My 3 we are lucky that we can sign up our partners and have them count for one of our Spark Packs, right? So if you have a person that would like to have 8, then yeah, it's great. Sign them up on 4 and get them to introduce another couple of people, because what happens now, they're sharing it with a couple of people, which otherwise wouldn't happen if they just buy 8. So that's great. But if they're people that introduce lots of people, the temptation is to go like, okay, let's put them under your partner and here build another one, right? So your partner can get it free too. Don't go there. Becomes really, really messy. You've got to be further up, knowing what the business is before you even do that. So, still be advice. I've done that and it doesn't work. And I can hold, as you know, I juggle a lot of balls, and it's just too many balls in the air. So I wouldn't go there again. But I believe it's my time up. So thank you very, very much for the opportunity. And if you want to know any more about that topic, by all means talk to me.
Yay.